we want Colombia to be a better place, we have to start by helping the children. In today's video, I drive deep into one of Medellin's most notorious barrios, Manrique, to meet up with the Niños Del Futuro Foundation, to document the work they do to provide better living conditions for children living in Medellin's marginalized communities. Today, I'll be accompanying them to give out brand new beds to children who need them most. I'll show you the old beds that we take out and throw in the garbage, most of which are filled with mold, humidity, and bed bugs, and the brand new beds that the children receive so they can have a good night of rest. Let's go to Manrique and see a side of Medellin that is hidden from the world.
Alright guys, so from here you can see Manrique. I'm going up to the highest part. We have to ride up that whole mountain. So it's going to be very steep and we're going to have a lot of caution. Alright, right here, this is the beginning of Manrique. Right here. So we're going to visit Niños Del Futuro. It's a foundation that works with children in the highest barrio Manrique La Honda. And today we're going to be giving out beds to families that need new beds. If you've seen my videos in the past, you'll have seen in previous occasions where we've gone and given out beds, and these beds will last these children for years, probably their whole childhood, and will give them a good night of rest for many years. So it's something that's really meaningful and impactful. Now here's where the hills start to get steep. Here I have to make a left, and right here this is where it gets narrow, so this is where you have to be careful. There's buses even coming here. Now look at this turn right here. It's nice that they give you that wide space to make the turn. But look at how narrow this is, man. We're almost there. This is the final stretch. We're going very slow. Almost fell over right there. We're going too slow, man. It's hard to make those turns and you lose momentum on those turns. I had to put my foot down. But look how high up we are. Wow. Another big turn here. Look at these curves, man. God damn. Look at this right here. Oof. Ush. You see, that's dangerous as fuck, bro. My goodness. Alright guys, it's right up this hill. We made it. We made it, my friends.
So this right here is like the center of Niños del Futuro. This is like their community center. So here all the kids are united, and up here we're giving up some beds in another house up in the barrio. Hola. This is the spot. They're cooking. ¿Qué más? ¿Cómo están? Ya vengo. Voy a...
¿De qué mundo viene?
¿De qué mundo?
Ajá. Viene de
qué país. Yo soy colombiano, pero me crié en Estados Unidos. Alright, so Gino sent the kids for me to pick me up, and they're gonna take me to the house where they're giving out the bed. So yeah, they're taking me through shortcuts that they know here in their neighborhood. You see, these paths are all in dirt. These are all dirt paths. Look at this house over here. She planted a lot of flowers. This is yerba buena right here. Nice. Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo está? Oh, they have a little garden here. Wow. Scallion, basil.
Acá es que vamos a entregar la cama por eso.
Aquí. Ah, bueno. Entonces llegamos. Hey, ¿qué más, bro? ¿Cómo está? Siempre que yo subo llueve.
Ahí casi. Increíble. Wow.
We installed a new bed in Santi's house. We took out the old one. Look, this is the old bed right here. Not the worst bed, but man, it's much more comfortable than we gave him now. So we gave him new sheets, new bed frame as well, pillow.
Mira Caleb.
Uy, se puso todo gris.
Hey, bendiciones.
Vamos por el atado, bro.
Hasta luego.
No nos podemos mojar.
Pues ya no está lloviendo tanto. So one of the programs that Niños Del Futuro has is Los Chefs del Futuro, which are these kids from the barrio, and they make food for everyone. They make food for all these kids who are here outside. And this is probably one of my favorite things that they do here, because it's the kids being self-sufficient. They're taking care of each other, and they're taking care of themselves, and it's teaching them to be responsible and to also think about their neighbors and their friends. So yeah, guys, this is Chefs del Futuro. Parce, ¿cuántos días por semana hacen comida?
Todos los días.
Todos los días.
Todos los días.
Okay.
Cena, almuerzo.
Okay.
Pues para muchos niños la única comida del día.
¿Cuántos niños vienen más o menos?
Más o menos 100.
100.
Sí, en semana 100. En los fines de semana un poquito menos.
Okay.
Pero sí, tenemos cupo para 100
Wow.
niños.
Qué
Todos los
buen
días.
tapar. So this food is specifically for the kids, and like you said, there's like 100 kids who come and eat here every single day, lunch and dinner. And these kids are cooking for 100 people. Cooking like that big quantities is not that easy, you know?
Sí, de Coca-Cola, los muchachos ponen.
Gracias, Paz. My first time eating here with Chefs del Futuro. Yo, good. Wow.
Bueno, ya pueden entrar.
Alright, so this is the group. We're gonna go give out more beds. Thankfully it stopped raining. It was pouring rain for like an hour. So thankfully it stopped. Everything is wet now, but we could still continue. If you want to come participate in an activity like this where we're giving out beds, you could donate and you can come along and give out the beds and see exactly where the beds are going and exactly what your money is going to. So the beds right here is what you're gonna give.
Poca carga. Tiene poca carga.
Sí, pero vea que tengo otra batería.
Ah.
Tengo una batería de repuesto. ¿Usted va a dormir ahí? Sí, con tu hermana.
Sí.
Ah, ok. Y antes la cama era como de espuma. Delgadita, sí. Esta sí está muy buena. So look guys, this is the house. This is normally how the houses are around here. They're built with wood. Esta era la otra cama, esta. Wow. So this is the old bed that they were using. It's just like foam, bro. Look, can you imagine? This is what they were sleeping on. This is now going to the garbage where it belongs. And they have a brand new bed. So a lot of people complain when the government or when foundations help people who live in these barrios because they say they're becoming dependent on the help of the government, that they need to learn how to, you know how we see in the US, pick themselves up from their bootstraps. These are children that we're mainly helping. Children who really have no way of changing their situation and who a lot of times develop traumas while they're young children still that affect them into adulthood and adolescence. So if we can help them while they're young, give them something that will actually help them long term, like a bed so they can get a good night of sleep, and that'll help their mental health, their physical health, everything. We know how important sleep is. If we want Colombia to be a better place, we have to start by helping the children who are growing up in tough conditions, the children who can't take their life into their own hands yet. So if we can empower them and give them better conditions and mentorship and guidance while they're still young, that's going to change the future of Colombia. So for me, one of the most important things is to help the kids, help the children who are going to be the future of this country. So this right here is a mural of the presidential candidate for El Pacto Histórico for the left in Colombia. This is Iván Cepeda and his vice president, Aida Quilque. She's an indigenous woman from Cauca, and Cepeda is a senator in Colombia, and they're running for the left. And you know, in these barrios, since the left tends to help these people who live up here more than the right, they drew that mural and they're gonna vote more for him. But yeah. This right here is the bus stop. This is where you wait for the bus. It just rained. You can see the clouds lifting up off the mountains. And I swear, every time I come up here, it rains. But it's part of the challenge, man. It's not easy to give out these beds in this type of environment, in this terrain that's so steep and hilly. Some streets aren't paved, so they get muddy. Perrito se mojó. the issue with these neighborhoods, is that they weren't planned. There was no urban planning to design the streets. These barrios weren't really thought out for there to be buses coming through here, big trucks coming through here, or even for so many people to be coming through here. So a lot of times there's flooding as well, because there's not an adequate drainage system. So there's a lot of issues in these types of neighborhoods, because they were created by people who were fleeing violence in the countryside and people who had little to no money to buy property, so they would just build on the empty land that was on the higher parts of the mountain. This is what these barrios look like today in 2026. Everything stacked on top of each other. They try to make it work, man, but it's very chaotic. Well, it started raining again. We just gave another bed. There's just a lot of people, so I didn't go in and film because I didn't want to crowd up the house too much. This is the old bed, guys. Look at this bed. Look at this. This is the old bed that we took out. They would sleep on this, and then on top they put this on it. So look, these are the beds that the kids are sleeping on. These are the beds that we're replacing right now. So how many kids are gonna sleep? There's 2 beds that we gave, right?
2 beds, like 7 kids.
That's a huge impact, bro.
Yeah.
7 kids.
You know, those kids, they never skip a meal in the comedor. Never.
They're always going.
They're always there, you know, they really need it. Definitely. ¿Sabes qué vamos a hacer, madre?
Rearrange them.
Vamos a cambiar, vamos a poner las camas hacia este lado. Porque así, para ti va a estar imposible limpiar las sábanas y no hay forma.
Can we pegado la pared? Yeah, so I'm gonna get out because there's a bunch of people in there helping, so I don't want to overcrowd it. All the kids chilling in here. Ay, no, qué pared yo Alright guys, they put in the last bed. Perfect. There's the last house. I think there's one more actually. This is the house right here. We brought the bed down all these stairs from all the way up there. This is what the new bed looks like. We forgot to bring the sheets, but they're gonna get it probably tomorrow. This is it right here. The blanket and the new pillow. And look guys, this is the old bed right here. This is the one we took out. This is the one that's going in the garbage. Bueno, hasta luego. Oh man. Alright guys, it's getting late. It's gonna be dark, completely dark in like 10 minutes. We got this pickup truck, they're gonna bring up the beds. It's the last one. I keep saying it's the last one, but I didn't know we had so many beds to give out today. The rain slowed us down a lot, but here we are, man. We're up here. This area is called El Altico, Los Alticos, something like that. Really high up in Manrique. Alright guys, this is unknown territory for me. I've never been to this part of Manrique before. I always stay down by La Honda and La Cruz.
Vine trotando desde que me dejaron.
¿Una qué?
Vine trotando
Ah,
desde que
sí.
me dejaron.
It's dark out now, but you can see behind me, it's just the mountain. Like, this is just nature up here. This is like, these are the last few houses in Manrique up here. We're all the way at the top. Look, you see like how the lights end and it just becomes wilderness. We're right here. Right here, look. That's the mountain up there. We're basically in Santa Elena. Alright guys, this is the last bed. These are the kids we're gonna... ¿Quién duerme aquí? ¿Usted?
Sí.
Sí. ¿Con su hermano?
Sí.
Okay. So 2 kids are gonna sleep here. This is the new bed. We took out the old one. And yeah. Listo, feliz noche.
Igualmente. Gracias.
Alright guys, well, that was it, man. We gave all the beds out. I got here at 1 p.m. It's like 7:30 now. It was successful. We handed out all the beds we had to give out, so it was successful.
Alright guys, I'm leaving. Uy, gonorrea, we puta. You see that? You see how dangerous that is? Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. That's how it is here, man. Like, I feel like driving here is a bunch of like near accidents. It's so crazy. You see how narrow that is? Wow. Oh, another bus. Shit. What do we do? Goodness. Bro, that is so unsafe. Lord have mercy. Alright guys, now we're riding through El Centro at night. La Avenida Oriental. This is the center of Medellin. And this will take us all the way back down to the south. El Parque San Antonio. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that video. I'm gonna get home and I'll see you guys in a new one. Peace out guys, love you.